Welcome back, everybody. So nice to see all of you again. So today we are going to do some revision on decimal fractions. Right, now before I continue, I just want to make sure if we read big numbers, I just want to make sure that you still remember what is important and how we do that. Remember, when we have a big number, we start from the right and we count 3, and then we put a comma, and we count another 3 numbers and we put a comma, and so we carry on. So the first comma from the right, that comma's name is thousands, and the second comma's name is millions. Okay. So if we read it, we're going to say in this example, 8,325,471. So if we, for example, decide to add another number here, say 2, so then we read 28,325,471. So we start with the ones, the tens, the hundreds, and when we get to the thousands, it's the 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. Then we go over to million, it's the millions, 10 millions, 100 millions, and then billions and trillions and so forth. Okay, I just want to make sure that you still remember how we do that. So now, if we do decimal commas in the decimals, we go on the other side of the comma. So numbers on the right of the decimal comma show how many tens, hundreds, and thousands, and so on there are. So remember, we said this is called decimal fractions. So with a decimal fraction after the comma, we go in the opposite direction. Okay, so if you look at 32.418, 32, and there's our decimal comma. So the first letter, the 4, will indicate 4 tens. The second, the 1 will indicate 100th, and the 8 will indicate 8 thousands. Okay, right. So if I ask you, write down the value of the digit in color as a fraction with a denominator that is a power of 10. Please remember this. We always, in decimal fractions, we always work with a denominator that is a power of 10. So it's either 1 over 10 or 1 over 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 and so forth. Okay. So this is an example of a type of question that you can get, right? So again, pause, do it, and then check your answers on the other side. Cool. So they ask us to write the 5 in a fraction with the denominator that is a power of 10. So 5 will be 5 over 100. Correct, if you've got that one. Then 92.303, the 3 then will be 3 over 1,000. And the last one, 2,3214, now we've got tens, 100,000s, and that one is 10,000. So it's 4 over 10,000. Cool. Right, so now they can also ask us to express the following decimal fraction as a sum of fractions. I don't know if you can still remember this. So pause and do it, and you can even go back to the previous lessons where we've done this to make sure that you understand. So if we have to write 0.32, it will be 3 over 10 plus 2 over 100. Right. And the next one will be 3 plus 0 is not 0, the 10 is nothing, the hundreds is nothing, and it is 3 over 1,000. And the last one will be 5 plus 2 over 10, 3 over 100, and 3 over 10,000. If you've got it like that, well done. So now this is another way that they can ask a question. Cool. Also, they can ask you to round off the following numbers to 3 decimal places. Now remember what we have to do. So we look at this number, 41.114, so this is the third decimal, but we always look at the decimal next to that one. And what do we see about that? That is 4. Yes, correct. It is less than 5, so it's not going to change. So our answer would be 41.114. But this one, 0.2297, again we look at the decimal next to the third one, the decimal, and that is a 7. That's 5 and bigger. So what do? We are going to increase the third decimal. So that is a 9. So the 29 will turn to 30. So if we round that number off to 3 decimal places, it's going to be 0.230. Okay, right. They can also ask us to compare the following 2 decimal fractions. Now remember, compare, it's either smaller than, larger than, or equal to. So 2.4501, is it smaller than, bigger than, or equal to 2.45? It is bigger than, because even though 1 out of 1/10,000 is very small, it's still bigger than this one. Do you understand? The next one, 9.780 or 9.7801. A similar one, look, it's only 1 over 10,000, but it's still there and it's not indicated in this one. So this is smaller than 9.7801. Okay, now it's going to be a little bit more difficult question. Write down 4 decimal numbers between 1 and 1.2. The spacing between the numbers must be equal. So I'm giving you a hint here. To get that number, you're going to take the bigger number and subtract the smaller number to see what we work with, and then divide it by the number of groups between the 2 numbers. Now please make sure, always draw a picture. Okay, so they give you 1. So they say you've got to have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers with equal spacing before you get to 1.2. So now that they tell us, we're going to say 1.2 minus 1, and the number of groups, so how between the 2 numbers. So there's going to be 1 space, 2 space, 3 spaces, 4 spaces, 5 spaces. So we're going to work out 1.2 minus 1, divide by 5. Now you can pause and do it and see your answer and check on the next page whether you're correct. So 1.2 minus 1 divided by 5 give us 0.04. Remember, 1.2 minus 1 will give us 0.2 divided by 5. And if we divide that into that, we get 5 goes into that nothing, but in 20 it is 4. it is 0.04. So now we're just going to add 1 plus 0.04 is going to give us that. 1.04 plus 1.04, because that is the spacing, 1.08. 1.08 plus 0.04 is going to be for us 1.12, 1.16, and then we're back at 1.2. Congratulations if you managed to get this one correct. This is fun to play with figures like this. Okay. Also, they can ask us to convert the following common fractions to decimal fractions. So what do we always have to do? Remember, we must get our denominator as a power of 10. So in order to get 25, we're going to change it to 100. So to do that, we're going to say 25 times 4. What we do at the bottom, we do at the top. So then we have got the fraction out of 100. So what is 17 times 4? 68. So if we do that in a decimal fraction, remember 0.68. If you're not sure what I'm doing, please pause and go back to the lesson where we discuss this. 3 over 10, it's easy, it's in a denominator of 10, so our answer will just be 0.3. And this one as well is in a denominator as a power of 10, so we're going to divide it 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be 0.025. Cool. Right. Now if we have to calculate with decimal fractions, 23.012 and 3.43. So what did I tell you in the previous lesson? What is important to do? Correct. It is much easier to make sure that we've got the same number behind the decimal, that we don't get confused. So I hope you remember this. And now we can just add it up for 26.442. Have you got it correct? Well done. Now the next one. So it's the same rule apply. We just got 3 numbers now. So we've got 0.78, 0.003. Now remember, it's important to make sure that we don't confuse ourselves. So we're just going to add a 0 to make sure that we work with 3 decimals. So if we subtract this, we get 3 times 10 is 777. Am I correct? 777. And now we have to take off 0.4 and we're going to add zeros to make it easier for us. So it is 773. So our answer is 0.377. Cool. Right, so how many times does 0.0025 go into 0.04? Okay, so now the best way to do this, what are they asking us to do? They're asking us to 0.04 divided by 0.0025. Okay, so what do we do? To make it easier, we move these decimals 1, 2, 3, 4 times to the right. So we do the same at the top. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that will give us 400 over 25. Which is much easier thing to work out than this one. And our answer is 25 goes into that. I think it is 16. So how many times does 0.0025 goes into 0.04? 16 times. Okay, just one thing you must remember. If you move your decimal at the bottom, you must also move it at the top. Cool. Right, now if you have to calculate, now we have to multiply 934 0.943 times 100. So I don't think we must pause because this is so easy to do. And I'm sure you've done it already. Well done. So all we do if we multiply by 100, we move the decimal 2 places to the right. So our answer will be 93494.3. Okay? And the same with division. So we've got the decimal there. So we've got 3. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3 to the left. So our answer will be 2.3211. Well done if you got that one correct. Okay, so if they ask us to calculate 135 times 1.35 times 2.4. So what is important to remember here? If you look at the previous lesson, we said we remove the decimal, we do the sum, and then we just must remember to add the decimal back. So we're going to just do 135 times 24. And let's work out this quickly. Am I correct? I think this is right. 2, 3, right? So we've got 1, 2, 3 decimals, 1, 2, 3. So our answer will be 3.24. Okay, right. Now let's do some word problems. I love them. And remember, we always have our pen ready and we write down what we read. For each meter of cloth, Susan pays 4 rand and 56 cents. So it's 4 rand and 56 cents for 1 meter, right? She will need 3 meters of cloth to make a new dress. So for 1 meter, it's 4 rand 56. So for 3 meters, it's easy, right? It's 4 times 56 times 3. And that will then, if we work this out, this will be the cost of the material. So let's work out this quickly. 3 times 6 is 18. Right. So then remember, if it's a word problem, we must write the cost of the material. I'm writing just fast. Will be 13 rand and 68 cents. Remember, we've got to answer it the way they ask it. Cool. Next one. A litre of petrol will cost John 11 rand and 89 cents. So 1 litre equals 11 rand and 89 cents. For each 100 kilometer that John travels, he needs 5.8 liters. So he travels for every 100, he needs 5.8 liters of petrol. Now that is what they've given us, right? So they ask us, what will the petrol cost if he travels to visit his father who lives 400 kilometers away? So now we know he's going to travel 400 kilometers. Now, please, I want you to pause, see if you can work this one out, and then check your answer after this. Okay, so let's see if you manage to work this out. 1 liter is 11.89 rand, and every 100 is 5.8 liter. So I think he's going to need 4 times that. So he's going to need 4 times 5.8, and every liter is 11.89. I think that is what we have to establish, okay? So we can do the 4 times 5.8. 4 times 8 is 32, I think it's 23, times 11.89. And that's the same thing. We remove the decimals and we just remember to add them back. So if it's 232 times 1189. I just want to woo, I've now cleared all the pen markings, but we still remember this, right? So it was 1 liter was 11.89. So we've established we're going to multiply 4 times 5.8 times 11.89, if I remember correctly. And we said that this is 23.2 times 11.89. We're going to remove the decimal, so it's 232 and 1189. It's better to write them underneath one another. So if we work this one out, I hope you've done it, and then you check every step whether you've got your answer correct to make sure that if you made a mistake or you haven't got the same answer, perhaps where you've made your mistake. Okay, so let's 0, 0, 2, 3, 2, and it will be the same here. 2, 3, 2, and if we add them together, we get 8, 4, 8, 5, 7, 5. It was 5, 7, 2. And now we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it will cost 275, and it's 8, 4, 8. So we can make it 85. We can round it off, right? So we're going to say that what will the petrol cost if he travels? It will cost him 275 Rand and 85 cents. Okay. Right. So I really hope you enjoyed this, and I see you in the next lesson.